Hey, Helen. Open the door for me. I'm standing outside parents' house. I forgot to bring my key with me.
What? Are you moving back in with mom and dad again?
No, I just had another fight with my husband. He is such a mean guy. I come here just to cool off. I won't stay too long, I promise.
Well, yeah. As long as you agree to pay for some food.
Okay, whatever. I'm just so burnt out at my house. All the cooking and cleaning and the kids. It's just too much. So I just have to get out of there for a while.
So you run back our parents' house?
Yeah. But let me in. I know you in there. I saw your car parked outside. I know you're not at work since you started that work from home job last year. Come down here and open the door.
I'm actually not at home right now. I have a meeting I have to go to and my coworker is driving me. Are mom and dad not at home? When I left, they were still there. I guess neither of them have plans today.
I'm pretty sure mom and dad went out shopping or something. Their car is not here. Okay, let's see. I will go to the cafe at the end of the block until someone gets home.
But wait, Monica. How long are you planning on staying this time around? I hope you're not going to be staying more than a few days this time.
To be honest, I don't know. It depends on how fast my husband and I make up. Or how fast he apologizes to me.
But I can't have you hanging around in my house. You can sleep in the living room tonight if you really want to stay. But we don't really have the room for you anymore with the kids.
What? I'm not sleeping in the living room. I'll just sleep in your room like I always do. It was my room before. You should give it back to me if I'm gonna be staying here.
Monica, listen. This is not your house anymore. Now that I own it, I get to decide who goes where. And anyway, I'm working from home now, as you know. I can't have you hanging around in my bedroom all day bothering me while I work.
Are you really not going to let me stay in my childhood home? I promise I won't be that much of a bother.
I'm not sure. You've definitely broken that promise before. You should know that it's more of my house than it is yours. I own it now. Mom and Dad are only living here for a little while until their apartment is finished. We don't really have space for you anymore. You can't just come barging in and expect us to have a place ready for you. At least try to be considerate, Monica.
What exactly do you want me to do to be considerate? I brought you some presents if that makes it any better.
It does not. Look. You can stay for a week if you want. But you have to chip in on meals and you cannot stay in my room. There's nowhere for you to sleep in there. You can sleep on the couch. That's the best I can do for you now. And before you ask, I am not going to lend you any money. I know your husband makes plenty recently. I'm sure you have some saved up from your part-time job. So don't come crying to me about how broke you are. I'm tired of that.
Are you serious right now?
Yeah. You can stay for 1 week. No more than that. So you better start making up with your husband. And this time is different. You can't just order a bunch of delivery and expect me to pay for it. You need to pay for your own stuff. If you don't remember, you still owe me $1,000.
That's enough, Helen. I'll pay for everything. Stop treating me like a child. I don't even want to live with you. You're worse than mom and dad. You always scold me. You're so obsessed with money. I know you all make way more than you need. I can't believe you'd be so stingy with your own flesh and blood. And how can you accuse me of being a freeloader anyways? You're living with mom and dad. I bet you're leeching off them.
I'm not leeching off anyone. You're the one, Monica.
Even if you're not taking their money, Mom cooks and clean the house. All you do is sit around all day and laze about like a queen. At the very least, you can give me some money to make up for all the pampering. I'm missing out on think of it as evening the playing field.
I am absolutely not doing that. I do the chores by myself and I cook more than Mom. She just wants to help out to feel like she's doing something. She's retired anyway, and so she wants to do something in her spare time. Once again, you don't know what you're talking about.
No, you're just trying to turn it around on me. You're taking advantage of a poor old woman and making her do grueling housework. It's pathetic, honestly.
Whatever you say.
Here we go again with that condescending attitude.
Maybe if you actually try to be nice, I might not have this attitude.
You know how hard my marriage is? Every time we have a fight, he gets so unreasonable and mad. I have no choice but to leave. You just don't get it at all. You think you're so good with your perfect husband and perfect life.
You're being really unfair.
So whatever. Just come home as soon as your meeting is over. I need to unpack some of my stuffs. I need to go out tonight.
Where are you even going?
Oh, none of your business.
You're not going clubbing again, are you?
Why does this matter to you?
Never mind. I'll be home in a few hours. Monica, where you at? Did you do something with my laptop?
What? Why are you asking me that? I don't know anything about it. I'm out with friends right now.
I didn't mean to bother you. But I just found it out in the storehouse. It's not damaged or anything. It just seemed strange. I asked Mom and Dad. But none of them touched it.
Maybe it was one of the kids.
That can't be. I've had my eye on them all day and none of them were even near it.
Are you accusing me of something? I didn't try to ruin your laptop or anything. I just needed to look something up on it and I was in the backyard for a minute.
You were in the storehouse? Why?
I don't know. I guess I thought it looked cozier or something.
Were you drunk?
Why do you care?
Whatever anyway. Please be more careful and ask me before you use my stuff, especially my laptop. I need it for work. So if it ends up breaking, I'm gonna be in a bind.
Whatever, I told you I wasn't trying to break it. And it's in my room anyway. So I should be able to use it.
What are you talking about? It's my laptop. Have some respect, please, Monica.
Why don't you have respect for me? You're making me sleep on the couch like a dog. I'm like a stranger in my own house. My legs and hips and neck and back hurt all the time because I have to sleep on the sofa. I'm so done with it. I'm taking back what's mine. And that room belongs to me, you know.
I get it. I'd be uncomfortable too. And if things were different, we'd have a bed for you to sleep in. But we don't, and none of that gives you the right to mess with my stuff. Especially stuff I need for work.
Well, that's why I put it in the storehouse. Because I didn't want it in my room since it's not mine. It's my room, so I don't want your stuff in it.
Are you really trying to kick me out of my own house? Trying to make me sleep in the storehouse?
Well, like you said, there aren't any other rooms. So yeah, that's your room now. You're being totally ridiculous. Maybe you can use your laptop as the pillow. I know the ground out there is hard, but I'm sure you'll figure something out. It's the perfect place for a parasite like you out in the yard with all the bugs.
What did you call me?
I'll be taking my room back when I get home. You should make sure it's cleaned out.
You have no right.
I'll do whatever I want. It's my room. It's my house. If you want out, you'll leave.
You know what? I will leave.
Oh, really? I thought you'd put up a little bit more of a fight. Did you really fold that easily?
No, I'm just sick of dealing with this attitude of yours. I'm done with getting mad at you. It just makes you harder to deal with. There's no reason to keep fighting with you about this.
So what are you going to do?
We're gonna move.
What? Really? You're not being serious. This is a joke, right?
No joke here. We're moving today.
Are you staying in a hotel or did you just magically find a house?
No, we've been thinking about doing this for a while now. My husband's job is entirely remote now, so we don't have to live close to the office anymore. So we decided to move.
Well, then it's a win-win. You get to go somewhere else. And I'll have the house all to myself. You won't bother me anymore.
I spoke with Mom and Dad about our arrangement. I found out about your little arrangement with them. Don't think I didn't know that Mom was giving you money?
What? I can't believe she told you.
But it sounds like you broke the terms of your agreement. And that you should have been out of the house by now. They seemed a little bit disappointed by the entire thing. So they decided it was time you learned to live on your own. So to put it simply, they're cutting you off. It's a shame too. It sounds like they were planning on giving you quite a bit of money if you actually stuck with your agreement. I know that Mom feels bad about your situation with your husband. But your being here all the entire time has made her be mad. And I bet your attitude hasn't really helped either.
What? Were they really gonna help me?
Well, Mom wanted to at least. But after all this, Dad decided that it wasn't worth it. And thought that if you wanted to divorce Jimmy and live on your own, you'd need to find yourself a job and earn your way. They had actually been saving up money to give to you. But they decided at the last minute to use it for something else instead. They said you'd just waste.
What? Can't believe that.
If you keep your attitude well even a little bit, they might not have changed their minds. I think they're going to spend it on a vacation or something. I think they deserve after putting up with you for so long. I can't believe you wouldn't even help Mom with the dishes or cleaning or anything. It's not like you have a job that keeps you busy or takes up your time.
Did they really take all that money and spend it on themselves?
It was their money in the first place. They were being kind by even considering giving it to you. They live on a fixed income. Now that they've retired, they need it way more than you do.
They have tons of money.
They most certainly do not. Part of why we bought the house from them in the first place is that we could give them a bit of a cash. And they moved to a smaller place because they were struggling to afford to live here. They don't need to be giving money to their layabout daughter.
So what am I supposed to do? You really expect me to go back to my house and the kids and act like nothing ever happened? I don't have anywhere else to go.
So you're not divorcing him after all? You're going to have to decide if you want to live with him and put up with whatever it is that bothers you about him. Or you're gonna have to move out and get a job. Because you can't stay here any longer. I really don't know what the two of you thought about. But I'd hope for your sake you'd have resolved it by now. Not to mention you've barely seen your own children in a month. You should at least go back for your kids. Or did something happen that's keeping you from going back? It does seem a little strange that you've barely seen your kids since this all happened. And your stories never seem to quite add up. What actually happened, Monica?
What? It's nothing. He got out of control again. He was crying and screaming.
If he really was that out of control, don't you think it's pretty irresponsible to leave your kids with him?
They're fine. He's a good dad.
Okay then. As long as the kids are safe, I don't really care what happens. You can fight it out with your husband all you want. But you gotta do it at your house. You can't stay here.
Wait. I can't go back there. There's no way he'll let me come back. Why are you kicking me out?
You'll have to talk to Mom and Dad if you want to know more. You clearly don't care about your husband and your kids. So if you get divorced, you'll be rid of them once and for all. Think of it as a new start.
What am I supposed to do? My husband's gonna leave me with nothing. I don't have money, a job, a house, or anything.
You can find all those things, but you have to actually work for it. No one is just going to hand them to you for free.
No, I hate working. I'm not gonna be able to go out and see my friends.
Well, if so, you should take care. I have nothing to do with you anymore.